If she's doing no contact with you, the worst thing you can do is panic. Most men in that silence start chasing, begging, or breaking down. But hear me carefully, the one who breaks first loses control. No contact is not a punishment. It's not a game. It's a test of who can stay grounded, disciplined, and focused on themselves. Your silence is not weakness, it's a statement. It says, I value myself enough not to beg for attention, not to force love, and not to chase what isn't freely given. And that's where the power lies. Most people misunderstand no contact. They think it's about ignoring the other person. No, it's about reclaiming your energy. When you step back, you're resetting the balance of power inside yourself. You're saying, I'm not controlled by fear of losing you. I'm controlled by myself. And here's the truth. Silence creates curiosity. It makes her wonder, why isn't he chasing? Has he moved on? Is he stronger without me? That mystery works in your favor, but only if you're disciplined enough not to break it. Every time you resist the urge to text, call, or check her social media, you're not just ignoring her, you're training yourself. You're building emotional control. And trust me, nothing is more attractive than a man who is not a slave to his impulses. But here's where most men fail. They confuse obsession with love. They check their phones every hour, replay conversations in their heads, and spiral into what-if scenarios. That's not love. That's emotional slavery. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. You love without begging. You give without forcing. You allow space without panic. And in that detachment, you regain your power. Because obsession destroys you. It magnifies every little thing. A delayed reply feels like rejection. Silence feels like abandonment. Distance feels like betrayal. But detachment frees you from that prison. It reminds you that not everything is about you. People act out of their own emotions, their own needs, and their own circumstances. When you detach, you rise above fear and obsession. You step back into self-respect. You declare, I am enough on my own. And here's the beauty. When you stop obsessing over them, you redirect all that energy back into yourself. You grow. You focus on your health, your goals, your purpose. You stop waiting and start evolving. That's when transformation begins. Because the truth is, you cannot control if she comes back. You cannot control her emotions or her choices. But you can control how you rise in the meantime. Growth becomes your weapon. Every day you build patience, self-control, and resilience. You shift from weakness to strength. And slowly, people can't help but notice. Your glow changes. Your presence changes. You no longer look desperate, you look unstoppable. And that's magnetic. That's when she and others start to feel your absence. But let me give you the hardest truth of all. The one who breaks no contact first loses. Because breaking silence shows desperation, it shows fear, it hands over your power. But holding the line, staying calm, composed, unshaken, that shows strength. Patience, discipline, and self-control are rare, and rare is valuable. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is energy. It speaks louder than words. Think about it. When you don't rush to explain yourself, when you don't chase, when you don't fill the space, you create mystery. And mystery plus value, that combination is magnetic. But it only works if you truly invest in yourself during no contact. This is not about sitting in silence doing nothing. It's about growth. It's about rebuilding yourself into someone stronger, wiser, and more confident than before. Pain will tempt you to break. That late night urge, that fear of losing her forever, it will whisper, just reach out. But remember this, pain is raw energy, and you have two choices. Let it destroy you, or let it transform you. Turn that pain into purpose. Let rejection fuel your discipline. Let heartbreak fuel your growth. Let the silence be the very reason you rise. Because here's the final truth. This journey is not about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. It's about becoming so grounded, so powerful, so unshakable, that whether she returns or not, you remain complete. That is the real victory of no contact. Not winning her, but winning yourself. This is Sound of Sadia Khan. Stay strong, stay patient, stay unshaken.